pretty well.
Jeff Christian and Steve Dwyer on the tackle, and now we have another player down on the field.
Maybe the size will take its toll before it's over. I hope that doesn't become the situation, because both of these teams have worked long and hard to get here. Any team that's playing here today has earned it, and these two squads certainly have done that.
2 minutes and 40 seconds remaining here in the first half of our first game, 1-5. Jeff Christian was on the tackle on that last play, and we're trying to catch the number of the player who is down on the field. And it looks like, well, they don't seem to be working on his arm or his legs, so.
Jeff Christian has, you've mentioned his name a lot today. He's playing very well.
Well, we don't know what the problem is, but obviously it is a little serious as they're carrying him off the field, and we'll send Rob Lear on the far side of the field to find out exactly. I can see Rob now trotting across the end zone trying to find out what has happened here. Let's take a look at the play again, Cal, and see if we can try to find out what happened.
Really, it's really kind of hard to see. It's gang tackling, and as you said, there's Christian against 71. And I was hoping it wasn't him, because he's been playing very, very well. I was hoping it wasn't anyone, quite frankly.
I believe it's Germscheid, number 60. This is Muckenhern. Muckenhern in trouble, throws deep, and it is incomplete. Well, the running team finally decided they needed to pick up a lot of real estate and do it fast, and Todd Traxler and Todd Anderson, however, prevented the completion of the pass, and that'll bring up 4th down and 24 yards, and it is Germscheid, Joe Germscheid on the sideline, number 60. And it appears that they are working on his ankle. If you can see at the top portion of your screen there, it appears that they're cutting off the tape and taking off his shoes, so maybe he has an ankle injury. It appears to be that way. 4th down and 24. Peterick to punt. Anderson will receive at his own 21. Slips down, and that's it. In high school football, once the knee touches the ground, you are down, so the center will take over the football on their own 22. It appears they're going to be pretty close to the 22-yard line. Let's go down to the field, and Rob Lear has a report on that injury. Rob?
Bob, down here on the sidelines, the trainers are working over Joe Germscheid. It appears that it's his ankle. If I can get a quick word, what's the prognosis on this?
We don't know yet. We have to take a better look.
Still going to rule out a fracture.
All right. Well, they're working on his ankle. They'll try to apply some tape and see if that won't do the job. If not, he'll have to wait until possibly the second half. Let's go back upstairs.
Well, thank goodness it's nothing really serious, and that just an ankle injury and nothing involving the head or anything. Vollmer off the right side, brought down immediately. Bruce Lavoie, you know, Cal, you always get concerned when you see him carry him off the field. You know, an ankle is something that can heal.
I like to see him bounce up and run off. I always feel better when they do that. And you're right.
And of course, in this game, unlike college football and unlike professional football, where they are indeed getting something in return for their play, these guys are out there just playing for the sheer love of the game.
Yeah, that's why every one of these youngsters are out there.
Only 1 minute and 15 seconds remaining here in the first half, and the center with a lot of real estate to cover. This is Vollmer. He's going to try to turn the corner, and he's got it turning. Oh, he steps out of bounds. Just couldn't quite turn the corner. And Cal, you might tell the viewers that yellow line there, so that they don't get confused. That is not the sideline.
No, that's, well, let's watch the replay first. This is that quick toss again on the quick pitch. What they do is they set strength out to the open field, and they try to break the boundary, what you see Vollmer doing here, and he steps out of bounds on 35. The yellow line that you see is for the 9-man game. That's 80 yards long and 40 yards wide, so we've got to have 2 fields in here today.
So don't be confused. The yellow line is not, of course, the sideline. 1st down and 10 on the 35. LaCenter trying to work the football. A shotgun formation. This is Anderson looking, throws, and it was a little screen to the outside set up with Vollmer. Paul Damier was the man that put the pressure on Anderson. Set up a little screen to the outside.
Very well played by the defense. Didn't fool anyone. And, of course, he was trying to toss it over the top of the defender, which is kind of dangerous, but he got the ball away. But Mahnomen did an awfully good job of covering the screen.
There you see a nice shot of the Mahnomen bench. Vollmer now with 11 rushes for 49 yards. He's been the workhorse here today for LaCenter. 2nd and 10, ball on the 35. Here we go, a little reverse now. The number 33, Howard Norris, has some running room. It's over the 40-yard line up to around the 44.
Double reverse, back to back. That's the double reverse, and when it works very well.
Tom Peterick coming up with the tackle.
Here it is, back to back. And it's interesting on this, the quarterback's supposed to be out front blocking, but most of the time they're finding some place to fall down.
Even in high school.
Yeah.
They teach them early.
Yeah.
Anderson now with the keeper, and he's looking for somebody. I think that was a mix-up on the play.
I think we blew an assignment there. We blew a play. I think we had a misdirection there of some kind.
Bruce Lavoie on the tackle, 6'2", 215-pound senior, and there you see him. He's played a good game today.
Absolutely. They've played awfully well at the line of scrimmage, both defensively and offensively. I'm impressed with both of these squads. They're very well coached. They're fundamentally, they play very sound football.
There is a timeout on the field. There you see just part of the many, many, many bands that they're going to have here today. The absolute best football teams and the best bands through competition will be performing for us throughout the day. And of course, at halftime, we'll have quite a bit of their halftime program.
They were all in here working yesterday, the bands, Bob, and it was really something. The pageantry of this alone is worth coming to see. If we didn't play football, it'd be fun just to come and watch the bands. I love good band music, and there's some dandies coming in here today.
Performing for us today, Bloomington Jefferson, Hibbing, Red Wing, Long Prairie, and Apple Valley. They'll all be here today. And then we have a great massed band and choir performance for you later on tonight during the AA game. So a lot to look forward here at the Metrodome. 12 seconds remaining here in the first half.
What do you do with 12 seconds left?
12 seconds left, 4th down and 2, ball on your own 43. I don't know if Anderson can throw it that far, but I would drop back and throw it as far as I could.
He can throw it into the end zone.
Oh, they're going to punt. They're going to punt. Got to play it safe. Nothing to nothing. You can't risk something like that.
No, you can't go out.
That's why I don't coach football.
You can't go out at the half. That's why I don't coach anymore either.
High snap. Ooh, low kick. This one could be returned, too.
That's the problem with the punt, Bob.
Muckenhern now has some opening, and Vollmer comes up with the tackle, and they bring him down, and that's going to end the first half. Vollmer returned the football, but to no avail. We have no score at the end of the first half, and now let's go down to the field. Rob Lear standing by with the head coach of the Mahnomen Indians. Rob?
Thank you very much, Bob. Of course, with Ken Ballman. And, Coach, a scoreless first half. Are you surprised at all by the defensive battle these two teams have displayed here in the first half?
No, I don't think so. I think the strength of both teams really has been defense. We made a crucial mistake there with the holding penalty when we thought we had things going our way, at least where we could get into position to hit a field goal. We've adjusted a little bit in terms of our blocking to cut off that backside pursuit that was killing us early. I think we're starting to do what we wanted to do, and that's establish a little bit more control of the line of scrimmage and start pounding on them a little more.
Well, Bob, Bruce, and Cal Stahl have been talking about the splits in your line. You have the big men, and you're trying to angle them off.
Yeah, I think our we've got the good size, but I think, we're not that slow in there either. These kids come off the ball pretty well, and at the end of the second half here offensively, we were starting to control the line of scrimmage. Hopefully we can pick up where we left off.
All right, we'll let you get in the locker room, Coach. Thanks for chatting with us. Bob, let's go back upstairs.
Well, we'll return with exciting halftime activities, including the Hibbing High School Marching Band, right after this.
It's an exclusive with the hottest couple in Hollywood, Eric Estrada and Beverly Sassoon.
It's got to be somebody special.
Then Larry Hagman gives you a preview of his upcoming made-for-TV movie and a special report, how male jiggle is replacing female jiggle on television. On Entertainment This Week.
Saturday night at 12:30 on Channel 5.
Get ready for another dynamite hour of Solid Gold, starring Rex Smith and Marilyn McCoo. This week the fireworks begin with Kim Carnes' Boyer. Air Supply sings Even the Nights Are Better. Sheena Easton with I Wouldn't Beg for Water. Rick James and 69 Times. Plus, Madam joins Jerry Reed singing about the birds. Laura Branigan with Gloria. And Joe Cocker and Jennifer Warren. You belong right here for this hour of Solid Gold.
Saturday night at 11:30.
Supermom starts Tuesday at 10 on Eyewitness News Update.
Back at the Metrodome, Bob Bruce along with Cal Stahl. And Cal, let's get right into the first half highlights. We have no score, of course, between Mahnomen and La Center, but both teams had opportunities. They moved the football, and they had a chance to get on the scoreboard. They just couldn't quite do it. Here we go with the highlights.
That's the quick snap with Anderson, the quarterback. That was a quick snap. Walked up, took a quick snap, and picked up a first down. Very important first down at the time, which, of course, kept their drive going. This is the play preceding that kept their drive going. He's got a good arm. There's only been 4 passes in the game, and that was one of the 4, and that was a completion to Palmquist. This is Anderson again. This is a designed option play, well-executed play. These plays were all in that one series where they really moved down pretty well. That pitched to Vollmer that time, and did an excellent job, but they were stopped. The defense rose up and stopped them, and this is a real good series. That was Muckinghern to Slattery for Mahnomen, and they did a good job of moving down the field, too. Then they had a holding penalty, which kind of took them out of it. They did an excellent job of knocking good holes in the line, that time to Slattery again, and that was probably the extent of the offense. Both defenses have played very, very well in the first half, and of course I think they both felt that coming in. That I asked them both yesterday what they had to do to win. They say play our good defense and control the ball and hope we get on the board.
I think what will be a key factor in the second half is the fact that Mahnomen is so much bigger than Le Center that I think eventually it appears to me that they might be able to wear him down.
Well, I think just before the half, I think that the holding penalty took them out of it, but they were really starting to play their kind of game, just running the thing north and knocking big holes with just a plain old hard-nosed off-tackle belly play, just ram it in there. And I think you're right, Bob. Another thing about the Le Center's defense, they gang 8 at the line of scrimmage, and once you pop that line of scrimmage, you can run to the safety man, and then it's that little old safety man, their quarterback Anderson, tackling those big backs, and I'm not sure I'd like to do that all the rest of the afternoon.
Let's check the halftime stats of today's game between Le Center and Mahnomen. As we said, we have no score in the game, and now first downs, Cal, pretty much even. Le Center with 5, Mahnomen with 6. As you look down, the stats are pretty much even all the way through, and no fumbles, really no turnovers yet, so I think that things are pretty even.
The big negative was the holding penalty that took Mahnomen out of what I think would have been a scoring opportunity the way they were operating. And but other than that, I think the thing that kind of as we expected, I thought maybe Le Center would throw a little bit more. They've thrown 3 times. Mahnomen really got risky and threw once in the first half, but that isn't their game. Both teams are trying to play their game. Good defenses both ways, and you can see why both of these teams are here. Fundamentally, they do things well. They block well, they tackle well, and I'm impressed at the line of scrimmage. I thought Mahnomen might be a big, slow team. They're not that either. They're big and they're quite quick at the line of scrimmage. They're coming off the ball, and I'm very impressed with both of them.
Well, let's go down to the field. The teams are starting to return for the second half, and Rob Lear has the Le Center coach on the sideline. Rob?
That's right, Bob. We have Jerry Walskog. And, Coach, no score in that first half. Were you surprised by that result?
No, certainly not. We've had several games this year where it's been scoreless at halftime, and we have been kind of a second-half team, but okay, Mahnomen has a good team, and it's going to be tough for either team.
What kind of things did you just talk to your club about?
Well, certain plays we thought would probably work a little better. There were a few things, a couple of trap plays that worked very well in the early going when we were down in the hole, and then we kind of went away from them a little bit, but I think we might come back to that. And, of course, we think we're going to have to throw the ball quite a bit.
So we are going to see the ball in the air a little bit more.
If we get the field position at the right time, we certainly will.
You had a couple of bumps and bruises in that first half. I talked to a trainer. He told me that he expects Jermaine back.
Well, he's hobbling pretty good, and it's hard to tell. They're going to tape it for us right now, and if he can go, we'd like to play him at least one way.